Brett Richter here. We're up for the 63rd Annual Canadian Power Toboggan Championships in Beausejour, Manitoba. It's the season-ending ice oval race for a lot of these racers, and happy to sit down now with Mr. Tanner Foss, who's had a interesting season, not the norm, I would say. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that. Yeah, it's been pretty crazy.
When we were up here in December, I believe you were running F3 only. Is that correct?
Yep.
And you were racing for?
DL Racing and Troy Pierce and Don Labine.
Okay. And did you have a lot of practice time before you came up on that F3, or was that just?
Yeah, I had a little bit of practice time in Strathcona. It's only 10 minutes from my house, so I go up there quite a bit. Probably put 100 laps on, and then after we ran a tier and got ready for Eagle River, we probably put 200-300 laps on.
Wow.
Before the WC.
Wow. So then you take the Christmas break off, and then you end up in Ironwood, Michigan.
Yep.
And there you're racing what?
I was racing the Witherhill Skeleton sled, Phil's sled.
Okay.
And
and that was just a one-off deal, one race? Philippe wasn't going to be there, or?
Yeah. Phil couldn't make it most of the races, so they asked if I'd fill in whenever he wasn't going to be there.
Okay. And then from there you went down to Eagle River.
Yep, and then went to Eagle River and raced the DL sled there and ended up 5th in the WC. And then unfortunately Tom Olson got hurt, and Walls asked if I could fill in for Tom while he's out. So, and now here I am. I've been on their sled the rest of the year.
So that put you back on a champ and an F3.
Yes.
For the rest of the season.
Yep.
Good deal. So what's your champ experience prior to this year?
I ran champ last year for PDF.
Okay.
And we ran the whole USSA circuit, and it went really, really well. I kind of liked it. Otherwise, before that, I just raced F500.
Okay. Yeah, it's a big change, though, between an F500 and a champ sled.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The big difference.
How do you feel, like from a conditioning standpoint, personally? You had to make some changes to run champ and F3 versus?
Kind of. I mean, not too crazy. I'm kind of an active person. I'm really not good at sitting still, so it's definitely more laps is a little bit tougher. But after you get the first couple of races out of the way, you get used to it, and most of the F500 finals are 7 laps, and the champ heats are 7.
Right.
So right away, that was a little bit getting used to, but yeah, I feel like I adapted fairly quick.
One of the things that's going to be interesting here this weekend is the people at the CPTC are going to run this little bit of a condensed schedule for champ and F3, where they're going to try and run used heats to finals really in a time block.
Yep.
So that's going to mean more laps in less amount of time. How do you think that's going to impact the crew and you as a driver and those types of things to get the turnaround on the sleds done and all that?
I think it'll be all right. I mean, I've kind of gotten used to, running boom, 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 keep going, and I think it kind of helps too, not slowing down, because you have too much downtime in the trailer and you sit around and start to get lazy and you think about, oh, geez, I'll leave the stove on at home. So I like going back to back to back really quick.
Without talking specifics, what do you see then in the difference between like DL Racing and Witherhill and Wall? How do things vary between teams?
Like just the environment, or?
Yeah.
Well, all of them have been just great to work with. They're awesome people. They've treated me very, very well. Mm-hmm. There's different, systems of, everyone's got their job, and sometimes people are kind of doing everything, and it's different scenarios every time, just different teams have different systems. And
are there different solutions to the same problem? Like if you come in and say my sled's pushing, and you say it to Team A versus Team B, that A may approach and say, hey, I think we should do this, and B can approach and say, I think we should do that? Yeah,
I think so. I mean, everyone has their own tactics, to fixing a problem. But in the end of it, I mean, if you get your sled to stop pushing, you get your sled to stop pushing. So
yeah, being new to a team, do you ever feel like your input's maybe not as valued as it could be in a situation like that? I mean, I'm not disrespecting any team at all, but if they don't know you and you say my sled's doing this, and they think, well, I've got 20 years of experience wrenching on a sled, I think I'm going to fix it this way.
No, I've never really ran into that problem because, well, usually when I say there's a problem, they see it before I even feel it because I'm still so fresh and new.
Yeah.
So it's good. Well, and all of them have had years and years and years of experience. With Troy Pierce racing, he's been racing forever, and then Paul has been around the sport for 50 plus years.
Right.
Same with the Walls, and so I've been more so trying to learn as much as I can from them, and soak up all the information.
When you switch to a team like Wall Brothers, which obviously has a big history and a big name in the sport, do you feel like there's expectations out there that you get concerned about? Like, they want me to be A, B, and C, and can I meet those? Or do you feel like you can just be yourself and do what you do? Or how's that feel? I'd be nervous. I'd be going, I don't know if I can do this.
Well, I actually saw, Walls are from Greenbush, and I grew up in Greenbush, so I've known Walls my whole life. And they don't put any pressure on you. They just say, go out there and drive it.
Because you had an off here recently too, right? You had a rough weekend last weekend.
Yeah. Eagle River wasn't my best showing. Had a few spills there, but
yeah, that one through the inside of turn one, you kind of looked like a ragdoller for a minute.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering when I was going to stop rolling, but you do come to a stop eventually.
And you're okay from that?
Yep. Yeah, I'm good. Just a little stiff and sore, but nothing major. Sled was all right, so.
Yeah, that was a rough couple laps.
Yeah, it was. I definitely don't want to do that again. It's a lot more fun when you stay on the sled.
Yeah. When that happens, you get into a situation like that, because I believe the first one was, did you get clipped in between 3 and 4 and you ended up going up high on 4 and into the bales? Yeah,
I just got tagged or kind of right at the apex of the corner, and it just enough to make the sled tip up on me, but I couldn't bring it down before the bales got to me.
Yeah. When that happens, is it, in your mind, does it take a long time for that to occur? Do you see like, oh man, here it goes, I feel it happening, yet it happens in a second and a half or something, but does it seem like it takes a long time for this event to happen?
Yeah, I think so. It seems like when I was sitting up on top of the sled when I was high siding, it seemed like the bales were coming super, super slow, and I thought I had enough time to bring the sled down, but you're going a lot faster than you think.
Yeah, interesting. I've always wondered when that type of situation occurs, how realistic it feels in your mind, so something bad's going on, but.
Right.
Yeah, interesting. What's the expectations for the weekend?
Just do the best I can. Finish in top 3 is the goal for every race. Obviously you shoot for that number 1 spot, but
right.
I'm happy to get a podium finish whenever. So.
Yeah, you've got the speed, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Walls they know how to make a sled go fast. So.
Yeah. Do you find yourself following driving lines of other racers then that are good around here and trying to emulate some of that?
When I first got into champ racing, I did. I mean, I watched like Blaine and Gunner around here. They seemed like they always had a lot of speed and good lines, so I try to learn from them, as a new driver.
Yeah.
But the more experience I get, I see them taking a line. I'm like, gosh, there's got to be a faster one somewhere.
I got to find it, whether it's inside or outside, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, good. Takes a lot of people to bring you to the racetrack every weekend, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you want to thank some sponsors and give them a little love here?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to thank Wall Brothers Racing with Dave, Dustin, Dermont, Jordan, Jeff, Terry, Brandon, Mary, everyone at the shop that keeps the sleds, fixed and put back together before the next weekend. I want to thank Polaris Racing, Walker Evans, FXR, Woody's, RCCA, World Tech, Camso, and TG Design.
Got him.
And if I missed any other ones, I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. We're going to wrap this up, Tanner, with the FXR Fast 10. You ready?
Yep.
Would you rather have unlimited clothing or unlimited food?
Unlimited food.
Would you rather win the lottery or would you rather land your dream job?
Land my dream job.
Would you prefer local food or international cuisine?
Ooh, local.
Would you rather be meme famous or commercial famous?
Commercial.
Would you rather see the future or change the past?
See the future.
Would you prefer a Broadway musical or local theater?
Broadway.
Would you rather travel free for 1 year or have free lodging for 5 years?
Travel free for a year.
Do you prefer to chill by yourself or do you like a group party?
I like my alone time. I like to chill by myself.
Would you rather tell somebody the painful truth or a comforting lie?
The painful truth.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cup or Snickers? We can only be friends one way, just
Reese's.
so you know. Good answer. So, best of luck this weekend. Be safe. You've had some tumbles, so let's take that out of the mix and no more hay bales, and hopefully we'll see you on the podium.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, that's number 111.
Tanner Foss. Yep.
Yeah, 111. Tanner Foss, Polaris Pro Champ and Polaris F3 here at the 63rd Annual CPTC in Beausejour.